Greetings and welcome to the World Numismatic News as we continue our look at Lincoln cent varieties worth looking for. The 1970s closes out with a mint mark variety that has flown under the radar for a while, but has begun to gather some momentum and greater interest from collectors in recent years. This is not a repunched mint mark variety though, but rather a mint mark style, where two different mint mark types were used at the San Francisco Mint in 1979. So yes, this is a proof variety that you can easily look for in your 1979 US Mint proof sets. They don't really have a catchy nickname yet, but are simply known as the Type 1 and Type 2 S mint marks, although more technically they are mint mark styles 009 and for the Type 1 and mint mark style 010 or number 10, better known as the 1979 Type 2S. Comparing them side by side is really the easiest way to immediately tell the difference between the two types at a glance. The Type 1 is usually more worn, although this is not always the case, so don't take it as a rule of thumb. But this does support the theory that this was an older punch that may have been reused. There is also a small jagged protrusion just towards the left above the bottom serif, with the serifs themselves, generally speaking, ending more in a horizontal direction. The Type 2 is more distinct. The serifs are more bulbous in nature and then also end more diagonally in contrast to the Type 1 coin. The letter itself is also more delicate and overall better defined. Now, these are not extremely valuable varieties as a rule, but the Type 2 coin is definitely the scarcer of the two. Now, in terms of value, these coins generally are worth less than $100, up to proof 69 Deep Cameo, and probably well below that. And that's graded and slabbed, but the exception is finding a coin in a grade of proof 70, especially with Deep Cameo. That's where this coin truly shines. In 2025, a PCGS graded proof 70 red Deep Cameo example was sold at auction for the astounding amount of $2,514 for the Type 1. And a Type 2 example graded as PCGS proof 70 red Deep Cameo was sold in 2026 for $2,166.75, both by Great Collections at public auction. Now, to be clear, these are definitely outliers and clearly not the norm for the issue. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch the video about the 1972 varieties right here. Next, for the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.